She turns and I see it. Oh no, she recognizes us. We're gonna die. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Richard with Everlasting Gaming, and welcome back to Fare Thee Well. After revealing our secret to her, we became so close. We watched the sunrise together. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. And then we just left her there, and we said goodbye, and we cried. You cried. I cried. We all cried. It was terrible. And then we had a wonderful journey with this wonderful trucker. Now here we are, back in Cedar, Maine. It's been 2 decades, I believe, so about 20 years. And here we are. We found out she has a kid and a husband. We lost our chance. It's so sad. Can you imagine being immortal? How terrible that would be. Well, you know what? It sucks to be our wonderful little wayfarer here. Excuse me, I'm still burping. But we're going to see what happens next for him. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's keep on going with this. The next morning I arrive, early enough to help the bartender with the tables, stools, and chairs. The worn wood seems to embody the place as a whole, well worn with time and filled with warmth. I take a seat in front of the bar as the old man organizes the rainbow-colored glass bottles behind it. Calm down, son. You think someone with as much experience as you would have learned to deal with these situations. Saying goodbye is easy, but the returns and the greetings? The old man met my eyes and inclined his head toward the door. Making my best effort to keep my door, I notice Emmeline and her son, probably around 7 years old, an inquisitive blue-eyed boy with brown hair. She still looks confused and kind of tired now. I turned my coat into a shirt. That's the only thing I owned. Emmeline glances around the bar and seems mildly disappointed. Her gaze flits over me as it would one of the tables. She approaches the old man. You set up without me? Sorry, Em. I should have mentioned earlier that I have a new employee in training. He helped me this morning. We'll still have the stage set up, though. I'll get you some work yet. She looks at me directly for the first time, but there is no spark of memory in her eyes. Only the casual friendliness of someone greeting a new acquaintance. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Emmeline, and this is my son, Michael. That must hurt. Can you imagine meeting someone you really cared about, like 20 years later, and just not realizing who you were? That just, ouch, the feels. Michael plays with the collar of his shirt and averts his eyes. Hi. I give him a smile and a wave, and extend my hand to Emmeline. She shakes it. I take a page out of Michael's book. I'm too nervous to meet her gaze directly for too long. It's nice to meet you both. Right. Well, the stage isn't going to set itself up, Em. Why don't you and Michael teach this greenie here the ropes? Got a few more glasses to clean. Emmeline nods and gestures for Michael to follow her to the stage. Have you ever worked in a bar before? I know my way around one. Is she blushing, or is her nose just much darker? Don't we all? Michael climbs up on the front of the stage and seems to be opening a bin that contains the cables. How old are you? 25? I'm a little older than I look. I'm assuming he's done this before. Emmeline walks beside the stage to retrieve a broom and a dustpan before starting to sweep behind the speakers, amps, and other sound equipment. Yeah, he loves to listen to music, so this is right up his alley. It's karaoke night tonight, so the setup will be a little different. I set up about putting the microphone center stage, and I feel something nudge my leg. I see Michael holding a cable toward me. That one goes with this one. Oh, thanks. What kind of music do you enjoy, Michael? I take the cable he offered me and hook it up. Surely enough, the audio jack and ports are the correct sizes, and the cable is long enough to walk around the stage, if necessary. The stray cats, and, He looks at his mother for answers, looking anxious. You remember. Depeche Mode. Sometimes you listen to Michael Jackson. I figured that's why they named him Michael. It made more sense. I'm more of a Simon and Garfunkel gal myself. The new stuff isn't bad, but there's something about the acoustic guitars. It brings me to mind the open road, and people singing in new bars, soft atmospheres, and a good crowd. Emmeline looks back at me and gives me a genuine smile. Not the practiced friendliness of polite greeting, but something with altogether more substance. Michael and I finish up setting all of the relevant chords. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Well, it's about time. I have to get Michael to school. Were any of you lucky enough to start your day at a bar before you went to school at that age? This kid. He's so lucky. Emmeline waves goodbye to the bartender and takes Michael's hands, walking toward the door. Same time tomorrow. Have a good day. Emmeline pauses before she reaches the door and freezes in place. At first, I wonder if she had forgotten something, and then she turns and I see it. Oh no, she recognizes us. We're gonna die. That spark of remembrance, that warmth in her eyes that signifies memory. The memory. Now she knows who I am. Look at me, I'm stumbling. I'm so excited for them. She remembers that night, 2 decades past. She brings a hand to her cheek as Michael tugs at her shirt. Oh, now I feel bad. I mean, we did it because we cared, though. Mommy, are you okay? I'm all right. Let's get you to school. I sigh and lean against the worn mahogany of the bar, and I can hear the bartender pouring a glass of something. I didn't bother to turn around. My eyes were fixed on the road, watching them drive away. Well, you couldn't have expected anything else, could you? What an asshole. No, I couldn't have. Do you want to hear the story of that winter night? Yeah, why not? This is for you. By the way, looks like you could use it on the house. If I just got my heart broken like that, I would just give me mozzarella sticks. I don't need alcohol. Excuse me. I turn enough to pick it up and take a sip, but my gaze remains on the road. Emmeline is long gone by now. I can't bring myself to look inside again. Not just yet. I don't know how much you remember. Em and I left after talking. Really bonding, you know? At one of these tables by that window. I gesture in the general direction with a finger extended for my hand that held my drink. The brownish fluid sloshed around behind the intricate lines in the glass, and I realized that it was the same kind I had used that night so many years ago. We walked out of this place together and explored the town after dark. We sat on that bench, overlooking the snow, talking of ourselves. Such a simple yet meaningful thing, sitting close and talking. I brought up the legend of the Wanderer. I didn't think she'd take it seriously. But she did. She listened, and in the end, she identified with it. Of course, you know Emmeline's story, how she got here. She was every bit as much wanderlust as I did. Didn't she fall asleep through our story, though? I take a sip from my glass and turn around before looking into the cup. Or had, I guess everyone else is like me, grew out of that phase. I suppose a part of me realized it then. I didn't want to break her heart, so I just left. Ultimately, I shouldn't have been surprised if she didn't remember me at first. I'm sure she had to deal with her share of people walking out of her life. It was only one night. It was a long night. The old man puts a comforting hand on my shoulder. You know, we could have one long night together. He roofies my drink. This whole story takes a whole nother turn. You know, I don't think Emmeline would ever settle down. But her husband, well, you'd like him. He runs the Tri-County newspaper. Takes the family camping every so often in the summer and autumn. You couldn't ask for a better life for her or her son in this town. I nod and hand the bartender back his glass. Thanks for the drink. Thanks for the cover earlier. Do you really need some help around here? That I do. If you want to settle in for a few years, I'd love to have you around. But you know what happens if you stay, Wanderer. You sure you want to deal with that? I ran a hand through my hair and looked outside, wondering what it would be like to stay in this town for a few years. I think I'm going to get some fresh air. If I return, you'll know my answer. If I don't, well, you'll know just the same. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, I think I need a break for today. If it's okay with you, that is. Yeah, I'll close up shop. I'll keep everything straight, don't worry. I steal everything. My bartender nods, wipes a few more surfaces, and heads out. He gives me one last fleeting smile before the door closes, with an odd sense of finality. With that, I am left alone. The emptiness of the bar fills the air, silence keeping me company as it has the past 100 years. The familiar smells of drafts, the atmosphere of the community, made of vagabonds and travelers, friends and families, of those with homes and of those who have yet to find theirs, a familiar sense of loneliness. Have I found my home? Oh, new trek. Is this my final resting place? Is this where I will eck out the rest of my existence, however long it may take me? I honestly don't know. The heat of the bar begins to constrict my breathing, the weight of it all crushing me claustrophobically, the warm lights of blazing fire. Tugging at my collar, I grab my belongings and walk out the door. It closes ever so softly behind me. You can ignore that random email from Monster for some reason. Sorry about that. The entrance framing me, engulfing me. I turn and make my way down the street. Buildings both new and old guide me, gradually giving way to more and more nature as I continue my journey. I find myself in front of a large yet somewhat young tree. Its appearance does little to betray the true age of its form, being perhaps only a few hundred years old or so. This is a good place as any, as I sit against it, allowing the trunk to support my back. I ache. I ache like an old man would, despite having no reason. My body is fine, my body is young, despite my mind not being so. Cool air feels me, embracing me, as the wind dances upon my skin. The tree and kind swaying this way and that, lively, almost useful and energetic, life only just beginning for the poor soul. I sit motionless, knowing what must come. I need not distract myself. I have a very important decision to make. It's a simple one, really. Something a normal person wouldn't even hesitate to answer. Do I stay, or do I go? The wind quiets down. All things listen intently to my every word, my every thought. I guess in reality, the more important question is whether or not she would care. Does she remember me? That moment earlier gave me the feeling. But how could she forget that magical night? Out of the many years of existence, that is the one memory that I am certain to never lose. Maybe she did what I never could. The air turns frigid, human. Someone shakes me out of my lull, my trance, my thoughts, memories. Rain. Wow, this is very sudden rain. It's raining. Can you imagine, like, living a life this long, how many sets of memories you would have? You would just start to forget after a while. The rain continues to shake me, spreading through my clothes, across my cold skin. I kind of wish they would have painted a rainy scene here. It would have been cool. I know what I have to do. It isn't about me. It's about everyone else, isn't it? I can't keep hurting people like this. It's for the better that I don't stay. They'd have to keep secrets, hide me away, or worse still, they'd have to die, seeing my eternal youth, seeing what they once were and what they could never be. They'd all die, and I'd still be here, forever burying them. The job of a father at war, or a son in peace. I'm not like them. I'm not one of them. It's not my place to be here, to serve as a constant reminder of what they must have, what I am fated to never feel. Shivering now, I try to stand up, to walk away from everything. I can't. My muscles refuse to respond, screaming at me, aching through and through. My heart gives out, telling me what my brain never would, never should. Don't run from this. Stay here. Don't leave her again. No, I can't stay here. I can't stay here. And yet, I can't leave her either. The rain penetrates the canopy, pouring over me, carrying me for my few short moments of quiet clarity. I don't think I realize once the husband finds out what I'm doing, it might cause some problems. I'm sorry that you have to go through this again. Force myself through the pain, standing on my youth, with it regaining my stature. I leave the now corrupted embrace of the tree, out onto the chilled weather. Looking up from my sodden boots, my vision is blocked by the one thing I had planned to never see again. Oh, she's standing right in front of me, isn't she? Okay, no. It simply reads, Cedar, Maine. A simple representation of the place, the family that I had grown to love. All this from one night, by the way. Just one night. Isn't that something? The aching becomes unbearable, and I'm forced to lean against the sign. Man, he's making me feel like I'm in pain. My full weight causing the sign to waver, temporarily until it catches itself, accepting me. I cannot see the world beyond the sign, my vision entirely blocked. Symbolism. I've made my decision. Please get out of my way. The sign remains, quiet as it always was. I beg, I plead, I can't watch them die. I can't be here. Only pain will come from this. Once again I will be alone. Once again I will be held down by my regrets. It remains. The clouds begin to dissipate. The cold rain gone. The warm air flooding down, back into me. The crickets begin to chirp. Frogs ever so loud. Life filling the air. So the decision has been made for me. I turn back from the sign, the town of Cedar, Maine staring back at me, expecting me to return as if I had never had a second thought. The humid air clings to my skin as I make my way back to the bar. I pass the tree once again, waving its leaves in the wind, welcoming me back. I pass that. As the buildings become less sparse and nature recedes, the bar enters my vision. I enter my home, the heat helping my warm clothes and skin. I look at the things around me in appreciation, wiping the bar, cleaning it as if it were my own. December 2002. Well, look at that, you guys. We've decided to stay. How exciting is that? So we got another chance at love. Go us. All right. So we're back in the bar. We're back where we belong. We have a new person on stage and this wonderful violet dress and a pendant that I would love to take. It's awesome. It's pretty. This is getting interesting. Obviously, she remembers us. So what I want to know is, what is she going to do once we see each other again? Is she going to freak out? Is she going to be mad? Is she going to cry? I'm excited to see where this goes. What about the husband? What is he going to do when he finds out? All the stuff that could happen. It's gonna get so crazy. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think we made the right decision in coming back here? Do you think we should have left and let her be happy with her son and her husband? I want you to tell me in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear from you. All right, you guys. Hey, if you like new and exciting videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell over there so that you get notified every time I post. I post new videos every day. All right, you guys. Hey, we have fun. We always have fun. It was awesome. I'm Richard with Everlasting Gaming, and as always, have a good night.